Back for more Stranger Things. This is episode 6 of season 3, and I'm very, very excited to carry on and get through the rest of the season. I'm hoping I'm going to finish watching it today. Whether or not I upload everything today, I don't know. But this will be day 3 of me watching them. I was planning on watching this episode last night so I could record 3 on day 1, 3 on day 2, and then 2 today. But it didn't work out that way. Things came up. But nonetheless, I'm very, very excited to see what's going to happen next, because we finally got like a big monster to fight at the end of the last one. And I am interested in seeing how they're going to deal with that and how everyone else is going to get out of their little situations as well. And with that conspiracy weird guy from season 2 coming back, and seemingly going to be very useful in us getting more answers about exactly what's going on. It should be great to get those answers. So I'm really excited to see what this episode is going to entail. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it.
Where's your wrist, friend?
Oh no.
Come on! Go! Just get out of here! No, come on now! No! Just go get some help, okay? What are you doing?
Aww.
No! I won't forget you!
Aww, I love good parents. Aw, Jonathan trying to get his attention. Yeah. Please don't eat Nancy. Oh no! You can slide under the door. Can you even imagine? Yes! Kill the fucker. Yes! Bye! Nice! How can you kill something that just turns into slime? You can't kill slime!
It's time.
No, it's not. Are they in love?
Back up. Some comrades. Since last time you got the better of you.
He beat you to a pulp, my friend.
I have a bad temper. I'm going to therapy.
You have no need to find this man for me.
Everyone's going to need therapy after this season. Jesus. I think this season was sponsored by Burger King somehow.
His Slurpee. He says it's strawberry.
So what?
Fuck. He did ask for cherry.
Well, I didn't have cherry. No cherry. No deal. Yeah.
Oh dear. I think we need more like the huggable Hopper of seasons gone by, you know? We need more of that this season. He's very angry. You've done the right thing, Alexi.
He says he likes strawberry too.
For someone who doesn't like kids being kids sometimes in terms of like Mike and Elle, Hopper can be quite the child. And that's why we love him.
Which should take us approximately 12 and a half days.
Did you just do all of that in your head?
I'm good with numbers.
Holy shit.
Clearly.
You're a nerd.
Come again?
Are a nerd.
And what does My Little Pony have to do with this?
Let's recall the pony's latest adventure, shall we? The evil centaur demon Tyrek turns Applejack into a dragon at Midnight Castle, and then Megan and the other ponies have to use Mooch's magic to defeat his rainbow of darkness, saving them from a lifetime of enslavement. All the pink in the world can't disguise the irrefutable fact that centaurs and castles and dragons and magic are all standard nerd tropes. Ergo,
Doesn't understand a
My
word of
Little
that.
Pony is nerdy. Look at my outfit! Look at my outfit! You think I just wear this? I'm in a sailor's uniform.
Poor Steve.
Get in.
I already told you.
I mean, he doesn't even have a choice about getting beaten up this time.
I like this guy.
Who do you work for?
Scoops.
Ahoy!
What did you do?
Fuck you.
Поднимите
You do not harm Robin. Batman is coming for your ass. Iconic. Someone told me that the actress who plays Robin is Uma Thurman's daughter, and I can't get over it.
It can't be good for her to be in there for this long.
I was gonna say, she's gonna lose a lot of blood. She keeps doing that.
Elle has saved the world twice, and Mike still doesn't trust her.
You want to talk about trust, really? After you made 11 spy on us? Wait, what? Oh, she didn't tell you this? No. You're treating her like some kind of machine when she's not a machine, and I don't want her to die looking for the flayed when they've obviously vanished off the face of the earth. So can we please just come up with a new plan, because I love her and I can't lose her again.
Oh, I could cry. Did she hear that?
What's going on?
Oh!
Nothing.
Tell her you love her.
Discussion.
The straw represents the key, which emits a great energy.
Если нам удастся генерировать достаточно энергии,
They're using this energy.
I like how this is reminiscent of the scene in season 1 with Mr. Clark and like the plate.
стал уже однажды открывался.
Hawkins, this door had been opened once.
Барьер еще, как бы это сказать, заживает.
It was still healing.
Ah, that makes a lot of sense. Oh god. Vodka makes me so violently ill.
This key, it is in an underground fortress designed by the greatest Russian minds, by their greatest warriors.
And infiltrated by Steve Harrington in a sailor outfit. Oh.
What the hell is that? A deadly weapon. Could be useful.
I'm gonna die in a secret Russian base with Steve the Hair Harrington. It's just too trippy, man.
Steve the Hair.
Okay?
Do you even remember me from that class?
No. And now look at you both.
You were a real asshole, you know that?
Yeah, I know. It just baffles me. Everything that people tell you is important. Everything that people say you should care about, it's all just,
It's bullshit. I did not hit her.
I liked being your schmuck. It was fun while it lasted.
It was.
Aww. That was wholesome. That was a really good scene. Aww. Just two actors doing their thing.
You going?
Oh.
You can't hurt me.
I hope not.
We don't know that.
Mike. I need you to trust me.
Yeah. Just be careful.
Yes! I don't know, Billy. You could put some posters up or something. I mean, those walls need a good paint. Oh dear. What the? If those seagulls explode, I swear. Is it Billy's mum? Oh, it is, isn't it?
He's got to get to Hawkins, and he's got to bring his men right now. Do you understand me?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, and good day.
It's been exactly.
Moron.
Is it like a truth serum or something?
There's definitely something wrong with us.
Something's wrong.
Who do you work for?
The Scoops. Scoops on my...
How did you find this?
Totally by accident.
What is he?
Oh, he's long gone, you big asshole. And he's probably calling Hopper, and Hopper's calling the U.S.
Oh no! This scene shouldn't be as funny as it is.
Hey, Anderson, that's crazy. I was just talking about you.
Oh my god.
Get ready to run.
What that is? A pussy for a son? Hey! That's right, run like you always do.
Oh god. Oh shit. Is this gonna be the thing where like...
Why not? Please, Mom, don't do that. Please come home. No. How long? How long?
Oh, Billy. Oh. Oh god, it's the supervillain origin story. This is the kind of stuff I wish we'd gotten a bit of in season 2, so I'd have been a bit more interested in Billy's character. Well, you found it. I don't know. Oh. What?
Mike?
What?
Mike? Mike?
Is she still in there?
Mike!
He can't hear you.
Oh shit. Adam!
We've been building it for you.
Oh.
And when you are gone, we're going to end your friends.
Over my dead body.
We're going to end everyone.
See how Billy was crying when he was saying that? Interesting. It's like he doesn't want to say it. Oh, this cast is so talented. Like, shit. Oh, goodbye. Oh, you're all joining now. So just like making one giant ass body. Is it gonna become as big as it was in the Upside Down? It's like they're making another Mind Flayer, basically. Okay, I love that episode. Personally, I think that's probably my favourite episode so far this season. Everything about it was so good. Like, you can just completely forget that that was like an hour long. Like, the time just, so well paced. Man. Okay, quick thing first, I would say about the inclusion of the fun fair. I think it's a really cool kind of, the way they set some really like dark themes and dark moments of the show, or brutal elements even, when like the mayor was getting like beat up near the start inside like a fun fair ride and you could see it spinning around and stuff. The way that is set against the backdrop of like what is like traditionally such like a fun, light-hearted, brightly lit event, I thought is done really well. Like the contrast between like the image of the fun fair and what's actually going on behind the scenes, I think is really cool. So I really like that inclusion. That was really a really nice little touch. And then let's talk about Destin and Erica first. I quite liked the two of them together actually. I think they had a good dynamic. I like that Destin kind of almost outed Erica as a bit of a nerd herself, which I thought was a nice little turn for the character, because it gives her more to do and more to be than just like the one note, you know, smarmy remark making little sister, you know. So it's nice that they can delve a bit more into her character so she doesn't just become like a one note thing, which I think she was kind of becoming, so I'm glad that that's kind of being addressed. And I like the dynamic between the two of them and that they, you know, got shit done actually and went back to save Steve and Robin, which I really enjoyed. I will be excited to see where that goes, and how they're going to hopefully get out of the Russian base and finally rejoin the rest of the gang, fingers crossed. So yeah, that was cool. And then Steve and Robin, I loved their scenes in this episode. The actors, I think, have really good chemistry together and they're really funny. The scenes when they were like on the drug, I thought were great. And that little heart-to-heart they had when they were like lying on the floor. You know, it's quite like an extended scene with just two actors just talking. And that's one of my favourite scenes of the episode. It was so human and it spoke a lot about how far Steve's come as a character. You know, he accepts how much of a, you know, jerk he used to be in season 1, and all his regrets, and you can kind of see just how down he kind of is about the way his life's turned out and the direction he's heading in. I mean, we've got a bit more insight into Robin as a character as well, and how she's still kind of really hungered for popularity and stuff, and like her obsession with Steve. I really liked that scene a hell of a lot. Could lay the groundwork for some romance, maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't be against that happening. I actually think they'd be kind of sweet together. But for all I know, because they've made me like fall head over heels for Robin, they'll probably kill her. She's probably like the Bob of the season, isn't she? And then I'll just cry. But we'll see. But I really loved the dynamic between Steve and Robin. Even if it is just like, if it just like remains like a really cool friendship. It's such a cool bond that those two are sharing. Because, you know, it's the type of friend that Steve would never have made in like season 1. He keeps a lot better company now than he did in the first season, that's for sure. But I just loved their scenes together so much. It was just more. It was the episode kind of stopping to take some character moments and some character development, which I really appreciated. And because I think this is a very plot-heavy episode, which I loved about it as well, because we've got so many answers, and I feel like, you know, the overarching themes and stories are starting to make sense and connect together. We kind of know exactly what's going down now. We know what kind of the big plan is. It seems the Mind Flayer is kind of building a body for itself out of all these like rats and now these people. I think the rats was just like stage 1, and then it moved on to humans, so we can like build up and build up and build up like a new body for itself on this side of the gate. So I like that. I think that's pretty cool when, you know, it was getting bigger and bigger by the end of the episode, so that was very interesting. So yeah, we're getting loads of answers about what's actually going on, which I found very, very satisfying after the way it's been set up. We saw Mayor Klein very briefly. He's still the smarm. I don't like him, but I feel like there's going to be more to him, and they're going to do a bit more with him before the season's up, so I'm interested in seeing what they're going to do with his influence on things. And I actually kind of enjoyed the whole Russian element of this episode that I hadn't been, you know, overly like interested in, like the whole plot with like that Russian stalking Hopper and Joyce and stuff. But you know, the ones we've got in this episode, mainly with like Steve and Robin and stuff, I actually thought were quite entertaining. And I think because they made it kind of comical as well. I'm very self-aware, and they were saying like, oh, this base, you know, it's impenetrable, no one can hack it and get into it, and then the very next scene was like Dustin and Erica like sneaking around in there. So very purposely kind of taking the piss in a way, and I thought that made it a more enjoyable kind of storyline to tolerate than just having like this stereotypical Russian guy and we have to take him seriously. It's just, I think it allows a bit more entertainment and enjoyment from that particular storyline, so I really liked what they did with that in this episode, because we don't need them to be like the big threat when we have like the Mind Flayer rising up. So that's cool. And yeah, everything with Joyce and Hopper and Alexei and Sam was interesting as well. I liked Hopper kind of putting his skills into practice to convince Alexei to stay with them and work with them. And yeah, getting the answers. You know, that kind of plot line was to give us like the exposition we needed for the overall story. So I really enjoyed what we got from that. And Joyce still had some funny moments when she was on the phone to that guy. Alexei seems like hilariously innocent, which I really enjoyed. And now they're on their way back to Hawkins, so again, the gang hopefully will be coming back together for these last 2 episodes of the season. Can't believe I only have 2 episodes left, that's nuts. But I really, really enjoyed that hell of a lot, the storylines with them. Then everything with like the gang fighting off the monster at the start of the episode was really cool. It was over a lot quicker than I expected actually, but I don't mind that because that was pretty badass in that scene. I love that this episode really put Elle and her powers like front and centre again. So that was really cool. So yeah, the fight in the hospital was nice, and just seeing like the gang all interact throughout the whole episode as Elle was doing her thing, and they were kind of debating about her powers and having little moments like that. And you know, Mike and Eleven coming closer together again, which I'm really happy about. I think Mike really is learning to trust her and stuff. And I think it was actually one of the most interesting things this episode did was talk about almost the ethics of how much Elle uses her powers and the damage it could have on herself if she keeps doing this and if she overworks herself, and should we be letting her risk her life in this way. You know, Mike was very against that. And then we have people like Max who were saying, you know, she knows her own strength, she can, you know, she has her own free will, you should trust her to know her own limits, you can't decide those limits for her. And I can actually see both sides of that argument. Because Elle very much, I think, should decide when she's had enough herself. And she's the only one really in her own body who can truly recognise when she's had enough. But I also feel like Elle would be the kind of person to hide how much things may be hurting her in that sense. Which, you know, a lot of characters in the show kind of have that issue. Because it took Will like 4 or 5 episodes to tell people that he was like feeling things. So yeah, I really liked that kind of debate. And you know, obviously Mike's in love with Elle, so of course he's going to feel very protective of her and doesn't want her to risk her life for something that they may not even be able to stop. And you know, he saw Elle take control of her powers and take control of like her own destiny almost at the end of season 1, where she kind of sacrificed herself to like defeat the Demogorgon and seal everything away. And even then Mike tried to stop her and she like flung him against the wall to like stop him trying to help her. And then, you know, he lost her for quite a while and didn't see her again until near the end of season 2. So of course he's going to be scared that she's pushing herself too far again and that she's taking loads of control with her powers, because the last time she did that, he lost her. So I can understand his side of the argument, but I think that was like, Mike was following his heart, and I think Max was kind of following her head in that kind of debate between the two of them. So I can see both sides of that argument, and I think it's a very interesting kind of debate to have. So I really enjoyed that aspect of the episode as well. I thought that was a very interesting kind of addition that they included there. And then, yeah, we got some kind of flashbacks through that whole sequence as well with Billy. We saw like him interacting with his mum and his dad. We saw him meet Max for the first time. We saw his mum kind of leave. I love that we got some backstory like that with Billy. I kind of wish we'd somehow found a way to get that in season 2. Because, you know, Billy was just like the human arsehole you had to hate in season 2. And that was his role, and he did it very well. But I did kind of feel like at the end of season 2, like, why was he, did he even need to be in this season? And then the Death Brothers was kind of saying, you know, he was in season 2 because they wanted a human villain, because Steve had kind of been redeemed and stuff. And I think it's also helped that they could then very easily set up season 3 by having a character who've already been introduced to and spent a season with being like infected first. So that makes sense in like the long run, like exactly what Billy's role has been. But I still kind of wish we got this stuff in season 2, because then Billy would become an infinitely more interesting character to me during season 2. But I'm glad we're still getting it now. The very tragic backstory he seems to be getting. He's had a rough childhood, and it explains a lot of his behaviour even before he was infected, which was cool. You can kind of, you know, really feel for him like that. And I think Dacre Montgomery is a fantastic actor. The scene, I love the fake out near the end where you think Elle's like got out of like her mind palace almost, but she was still in it and Billy was like in control of it for a bit. I really liked that fake out. I thought it was done very well. And yeah, that scene where Billy was, you know, speaking obviously as the mind flayer and like threatening Elle and saying, "This is all for you, we're gonna kill you and your friends, god damn it." And he had like tears running down his face. It just shows what a brilliant actor I think Dacre is. The whole cast are just so good. And I love that we've kind of discovered so much of this talent when they're still so young. So most of them are like 14 or 15, aren't they? Like the young kids. Those were the days. So the fact that they've been discovered this young, it just means we can follow like their career for like decades. And I'm so excited to see what we're going to do next in terms of the rest of the season, the future seasons of Stranger Things, and beyond and outside of that. You know, we have, you know, Minnie's been doing like a Godzilla film and other stuff. I really liked Finn Wolfhard in the It film and the sequel. That would be good. So yeah, I'm constantly impressed by this incredible cast and this incredible episode because it was fantastic. And yeah, we kind of have the true villain being revealed, and all the pieces have really come together now, and we just need the gang to get back together and hopefully save the day. But I have a much better understanding of exactly what the plot of the season is and what's going on, what the plan is. And I think they've revealed it in pieces and brought it together so well. And yeah, I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. But this was a fantastic episode. I would say my favourite so far. And I'm so excited to see what the last 2 episodes are going to bring. It's going to be very exciting, I think. So I really don't know how they're going to get out of this one and how they're going to save the day, if they even do. So yeah, brilliant episode. Loved it from start to finish. And I can't wait to see how they're going to wrap this up with the next 2 episodes. And until my next reaction, thanks for watching.